welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Reality. I'm Molly,
Michael.
and today we're welcomed by a very special guest, Zachary Reality, and we're super excited to have him on the podcast today. He is, as you probably know, loves to recap lots of reality TV, has his own podcast, big on TikTok and Instagram. So welcome, Zachary.
Hello, Molly. Hi, how are you guys? Thanks for having me. Excited to
Good.
chat with you guys.
Yes, so excited. It's actually funny. We actually met in person because we have a mutual friend. So shout out to Sam Cooper for introducing our friendship. It was so much fun when you came to Austin and you were able to visit. And we went out to the bars and went to brunch. It was just so much fun to get to chat in real life, not just through the screen or online.
Yeah, Austin was so much fun. I've been there a couple times and I love visiting. So it was cool to chill with you. And yeah, I love Sam Cooper. Shout out Sam Cooper.
Yes. So first, we just want to get to know more about you and just your journey getting into content creation. So just share more about that and how that started and the news hosting that you do as well. Just would love to hear more about your background.
Yeah, for sure. I went to school to study broadcast journalism and I always wanted to do entertainment hosting and reporting. So after college, I moved to Los Angeles and started posting videos on TikTok. And I kind of had a vision and I definitely had a plan for what I wanted to do on my social media and what kind of career opportunities I was like looking for. But sometimes things happen unexpectedly. And, TikTok wasn't even a thing when I first started. So I kind of just rolled with the punches and did my thing my way.
Yeah, no, it's super cool that you just started from, I mean, everyone on social media kind of starts from ground zero and built it up, but I feel like you really built this strong empire, I guess you could say, of the Zachary Reality brand. So it's really cool to see all that you've done. And I just love watching all the TikToks you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, so overall, what are your favorite reality shows? I know you cover a lot, but are there specific favorites of yours that you just really love more than others?
I think it kind of depends on like what's good at the time that it's like good. Um, like obviously I grew up on Survivor. I grew up on The Bachelor, Jersey Shore. Like I've been watching a lot of these shows for a long time. So whatever is just like hot when it's hot, like whether it's Love is Blind or Selling Sunset, like it always is rotating. Like right now, I don't think there's anything like really good on. We just ended Jersey Housewives and Vanderpump and Summer House. Those were some really good shows. But right now, like The Bachelorette's on, I'm watching. I mean, I just cover every single show. There's really no favorite. It's really just whatever's like good in the moment.
Yeah, what was the very first reality TV show that you ever started watching?
Survivor. I started Survivor when I was like 5 or 6.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's Michael's first show as well. But that's exciting.
Love
Which
it.
season was that? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was season 7, Pearl Islands.
Oh, that's a good one. That was a classic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Rupert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love Survivor.
Yeah.
It's always a fun one. And then is there anyone in particular that you've interviewed that surprised you in just the interview or just getting to know them in general?
Oh my God, that's a really good question. I think a lot of people surprised me. Um, I had Justin Glaze on recently, and I wasn't sure like how much I would like him or vibe with him until like I had him on my podcast, and he was just such a cool guy, and I really enjoyed our conversation because we gossiped about like Summer House. So it was just not just like the typical Bachelor stuff. Like we can geek out over another show. So that was a recent interview I did that was a lot of fun.
Did you have him on after Marshall was on Love is Blind? Did you talk at all about that? Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, after Marshall, which is
That-
why I like wanted to have him on.
Yeah.
And like it takes a while to get the Bachelor people. So it was a good time to have him. So it was a good interview I did recently.
Yeah, Justin's one of my favorites from Bachelor Nation. I feel like those boys are just, they're never gonna die down. They're just gonna stay on top. But yeah, I
For
love
sure.
seeing like now Andrew and Susie, which I mean, obviously there's a friendship, I feel like, but do you have any intel on that or anything you want to share?
Oh my God, yeah, they're totally just friends, but check out my TikTok. I was trolling them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's so fun when you do that because I feel like people don't always understand the joke, but I knew it was a joke.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, people are like, "Oh my gosh, they're dating," and then they're not.
Yeah, just like to keep people
Pull them
guessing.
in, yeah.
Gotta pull them in and spit about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anyone in particular you'd want to have on your podcast or interview in general that you're really hoping to get to meet or interview?
I mean, I think there's so many people. I think because I've done so many Bachelor Nation interviews, one person I would love to have on one day is Tayshia. I feel like she is been really quiet and like she kind of just like does her own thing, and there's just so many questions to ask her. And like I've had Hannah Brown on, I interviewed her. I interviewed Rachel Lindsay. So like Tayshia would just be like the last queen of the Bachelorettes that I like just would love to interview.
Oh, and you could get all the scoop on her and Luke from Summer House, which we want to know because they've been really quiet. I feel like they've been really made the relationship really private, but that would be interesting to get some intel on that.
Oh, I know. For sure. I mean, I can't wait for Tayshia to write a tell-all book or like a memoir one day.
Oh, yeah,
Because
I'm surprised she hasn't yet.
I think she will one day. That's my prediction, and it will just be amazing.
I bet it will be, definitely.
Yeah. So overall of the Bachelor seasons you've seen or Bachelorette, would Tayshia be your favorite Bachelor, or do you have a different top Bachelorette?
I feel like Emily Maynard is like my OG queen Bachelorette because she was like the first one to just like absolutely slay. And like no one did it like her for years. And she really wanted like the family, and she was like from like, you know, the South, and she wanted to go to church. It was just like such a OG. But as far as like recent Bachelorettes, I mean, there's so many that are so iconic, but I think Emily Maynard was like the first one.
Yeah. No, for sure. I love that season of The Bachelorette as well. And I love the when they show like the families and her being a mom, like it feels so wholesome in those moments because obviously the TV show, but like they're real people. So
Mhm.
but yeah, so overall, like I know you have been doing this for a bit of time. Do you have any advice for people who want to get into content creation or doing reality TV recaps or just in general of like podcasting? Any advice you want to share?
I think you just have to go for it. I think you have to do it. I think you have to post as much as possible and just put as much effort and work into it. And I think you also just need to be really passionate and authentic about it. Just do it because you love to do it and not for any other reason.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely tell your passion over the screen or over your videos, just in general, social media or in general, just reality TV. Just there's so much going on, but you're always on top of it and right the know.
Yeah, I love storytelling. That's like one of my favorite parts about it. So I kind of just like love to combine like everything that I love, which is like reality shows and storytelling and making people laugh because I have that like sarcasm that not everyone picks up on all the time. So there's just so much that go into it that is just so much fun for me. So I love it.
Yeah, and I love that you're doing more like personal stuff too now. I know that we had talked about this when I saw you in person, but when I first saw your TikTok, actually it was from you doing the series of doing like the I have like the sugar daddy thing that you were doing. And that's how I first saw your TikToks. I'm like, wait, he's so funny. And then I started watching that you were doing like reality TV, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be best friends. But it was just like your humor just was like, oh, like I just really enjoyed that, and it's cool that you had that kind of scene too, and not just the reality TV.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing reality TV since the beginning, but I had a sugar daddy series where I like
Yeah.
pretended I had a sugar daddy and was like doing like sarcasm like throughout Los Angeles, and it got me to 100,000 subscribers.
Wow.
It got me to, I mean, 100,000 followers, or even like 200,000 because I kept it going. And then
Mhm.
after I hit 200K, then I was like, I really just want to focus on building like Zachary Reality, the talk show. So I almost feel like it was kind of like fun for me, but it was also like a marketing tool to just like get extra clicks because I was trying to figure out like how to establish my brand. So I think that was just like really OG days. And I kind of want to bring it back for anyone that remembers. I
Should.
might have to bring it back.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, that was so funny, and I remember that being like, oh, like get me to 100,000, and I watched
Mhm.
your lives where you were like talking about that, and now
I had a
you're at
wedding.
over. Oh yeah, you had a wedding. I
I
remember.
had a fake wedding.
Oh my
A
God.
fake wedding. It was so extreme. There's like 2 YouTube videos about it on my page, but you can also like find all the videos on TikTok. Pretty sure they're all there. From like, oh my God, it's like 2021. It was a series. It was so fun to follow because there was like so many episodes and I kept it going. And I was like, I miss that engagement I could have with my audience. I kind of want to find new ways to find like the fun in it where I'm doing more like skits and just like like humor. Like I think TikTok is all about humor. Like it's not so serious.
And I feel like we all had so much time during COVID to do all sorts of stuff like that, and just nothing, nothing to do but think about ideas like that. And now,
True.
kind of back out in the world a little bit more, and don't have quite that much time on our hands. But it's fun to bring
Yeah.
something back.
I could never throw a wedding in today's times, but during COVID, I planned this whole fake wedding. It was a lot of work. And I remember like being with my friends that day and they were like so supportive, especially my friend Rivette. And she was like, no, like it really did feel like your wedding that day. Like it was like your birthday on crack. Like it was just such a moment.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that series. So I'm a proponent of bringing it back or whatever you want to do related to
Okay.
that. But yeah, so now we want to chat more about just like reality TV shows that are currently live and just your thoughts overall on seasons that are happening right now. So first, let's talk about Bachelorette, which obviously I know you know a lot about and have a lot of the cast on your podcast, just in general. I love your intel about all things Bachelor Nation. So just want to hear about your thoughts overall on Charity's season and just how have you liked it so far, just in general, what you think?
And I don't really feel like it's made much of an impression on me yet. It just started. There's only been 2 episodes. I think Charity's lovely. I think she's definitely looking for love. She's so sweet and cute. I really like her. But the season just hasn't really started for me yet. I'm still kind of learning everything because it's happening like in the middle of summer, like off of Zach's season. It just kind of feels like let's get to paradise. So I don't even have too many thoughts about it yet, but I'm gonna watch it tonight and hopefully I'll pay attention.
I feel like these days that's like why I watch Bachelor and Bachelorette, is so that I know the people for Paradise, because that's really the only one that I feel like these days I really get into from the very start. The others, it kind of takes until final 5, 6-ish to really get invested.
Oh,
Yeah,
Paradise
it's
will be
always
so
hard to
good.
make. Yes, I'm excited for Paradise. So going into Paradise, do you have any predictions or just in general who you're hoping for to see on the beach this season?
I think it'd be cool to see Blake Moynes and Rachel Vecchia. I hope that's like actually a thing. I know they both went, so I hope that they linked, but I don't know. Rachel with like I think I would like to see Rachel and Avon go on a date. Like I don't think they're gonna get back together, but I would like to see them at least like have the conversation, like a closure conversation, because she really should have picked Avon instead of Tino. So they probably do have unfinished business.
Yeah.
It's 2020. Yeah. So kind of transitioning over to the Bravo world, we have some questions for you about that. I know you went to BravoCon this last year. How was that experience? What was that like? It just seems so crazy, but
it was so fun. I mean, I love Bravo. I love all the housewives. I watch every single housewife show. So I really was just having the best time seeing all of them. And I have so many friends that went and people who work in the industry that I know. So it was just like a really happy time to just like be in that like giddy fangirl world for 3 days in a row. If you love housewives and Bravo, like it was definitely a time to be alive.
yeah, for sure. And you were in the audience. I know you asked a question at was it the reading room, was it called, that Watch What Happens Live?
Yes.
That just seemed like the wildest group of housewives on one stage together.
Oh my God, that was fun. When any chance to ask a question, I was like, hello, I'm there. I asked Melissa Gorga a question too, but during that, I think I asked Lisa Barlow a question.
Yes.
And I was like, what's going on with Jen Shaw? And like, this is how I talk on my TikTok. So I just wanted to like bring my TikTok commentary to BravoCon. And then I was like, Melissa, I know we can't talk about the wedding. And I'm like doing it in front of like all these people. It was so fun.
Oh, that sounds amazing. No, are you going to Vegas for this next year?
Yeah, for sure. I don't have like plans booked yet, but I mean, I'm sure I'll end up there.
Oh, that'll be so fun. So the biggest news I feel like to come out of the Bravo world lately is Kyle and Mauricio's separation, or alleged separation, we should say. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that they're gonna end up getting divorced, or will they work it out?
I don't know. I think it's like a very much like a developing story. I think we don't have much information on it yet, but like looking at Kyle's Instagram, it definitely seems like there's something going on. Like she's posted a lot of pictures of her and Morgan, and there just seems to be like the body language, and then even in her recent picture with Mauricio, it almost feels like she wants the fans to kind of like it's there's been hints for a while. So I mean, I'm sad. I love Beverly Hills. I can't wait for the new season, and I love Kyle. I love Mauricio. I'm rooting for everyone's happiness, whether they're together or not. I'm just invested in the story.
Yeah, me too. And they just found out today that they're picking up cameras to film this, just like they did with Vanderpump Rules. So that'll be really interesting.
I love this. I love this new trend. It's like a new thing. They did it on Atlanta too, which most people don't know. They picked cameras back up for Drew's divorce.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's Drew, so not everyone's talking about it. But it's definitely like the new thing, and I'm so here for it. I love the real live time updates.
Yeah, me too, definitely. That way we don't have to wait till reunion to find out, you know, everything that's going on. We get to see it in the moment, which is so much better. And then speaking of Vanderpump Rules, the season 11 started filming. Do you think that Raquel will end up coming back, or is she, do you think, gone for good? Seems like her family doesn't really want her to do it, but do you think she'll end up coming back at all?
I think she has to come back, not full time. I think it would be too awkward, but I do think that she needs to come back and film a few scenes and clean up her mess. You know, her and Sheena did not confront each other at the reunion. I think the audience wants to see that conversation. It's definitely long overdue. I think there could be another conversation with Sandoval, like where they're at, especially like maybe even she can break up. She can, you know, speak her piece to him on the situation. I don't think she should film with Ariana, and maybe one with Lala too, I think would be interesting. And that's it. I don't think she needs to film with like James or Allie or Katie. Just like film a couple scenes with people, and then I think she needs to go.
I agree. Just kind of the scenes that we want, and then you know, we don't need any more from her.
Just clean up your work.
Yeah. Do you think anyone will be able to forgive Sandoval, since he is, we know, filming full time, I assume? Do you think that anyone besides Schwartz, I guess is kind of an obvious, but anyone else will ever be able to forgive him?
I think that some of the cast will probably be able to forgive him, especially because it wasn't necessarily done to them. You know, I don't know if I don't think Ariana will ever forgive him, but I think that there could be some people on the cast that will be open to having some conversations with him this season. But I can't imagine him being like fully integrated with the group.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Moving on to Jersey, we just saw reports within the last few days that the entire cast is coming back for season 14, including Jen Fessler and Jackie. Assuming that's true, do you think that's the right decision? How will Teresa and Melissa be able to coexist together? Is it just kind of, I feel like it's just going to kind of be a season 13 redo, it seems like, if both Teresa and Melissa are there. But what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, I'm here for them coming back. I'm actually like the biggest Jersey Housewives fan, like only ever. So I'm excited that everyone's coming back. I didn't want anyone to leave the show. I love Teresa. I love Melissa. I don't pick. My favorite's Teresa, but I don't pick sides. Like I love both of them. I would like Jackie to go. I feel like her time has been long overdue. So if they want to bring everyone back, maybe like bring a new friend in and just get rid of Jackie, because Jackie's kind of just taking up space.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot from her this past season, and especially on the reunion, I think she maybe said like 3 words. So I'm a little surprised that she's coming back. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that this was a really great cast overall, and it should make for a very interesting season 14. Atlanta, Kim and Kroy's divorce seems to be the never-ending story. It's been reported now that they're not divorcing. Is that surprising to you? What are your thoughts on all that?
I think that they're crazy. I think they're all insane in that household. I think both of them are insane. So entertaining. I loved watching them on TV. Bring them back. I'm rooting for them. Bring them back to TV immediately.
I wish that their show was still airing now, because that would be just wild if they were still having their spinoff.
And what does Tracy think? What does Chef Tracy think about this?
Very good question. We need to hear her thoughts on that. I wonder if she has social media.
That's her only, the only thought, the only person's perspective I want to hear is Chef Tracy.
Orange County. Do you think that I feel like it's been a really good season? Do you think that Tamra's return has been successful so far? What are your thoughts on that overall?
Yeah, Team Tamra. Orange County and Atlanta are kind of the same for me, where I watch them, comfort shows, not super invested, not super scandalous, just kind of mindless. Same with the Kardashians. So I'm keeping up each week, but it's not like Jersey or Beverly Hills or Vanderpump where I'm like all in it.
Yeah.
Like half in, half out.
Yeah. It's been a good season. You know, the last two before that were so bad that I feel like a lot of people have kind of fallen off of it. But so far I feel like it's been a really good one. New York, are you excited for the reboot starting next week? We saw Crappy Lake premiere last night. I don't know if you watched it yet, but are you gonna watch the season 14 reboot?
I'm excited for Crappy Lake. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna watch it like soon. And I'm not excited for the reboot of New York. I feel like it's gonna take me a while to come around and watch it. So it just doesn't, it's not piquing my interest.
Yeah, I feel like it'll kind of be like Dubai, maybe, where the season one isn't great, kind of getting used to everyone, and then once they kind of we get to know them, they get to know each other better. Season two, hopefully, will be a lot better. Is kind of my thought on it.
Yeah.
Crappy
It's
Lake.
like I'm open to it, just not yet. It's like the app Threads, you know, the new app Threads. Like I'm could be open to that down the road, but I'm not jumping in right away.
Yeah, very good analogy there. And then Kardashians. Are you we saw the Kourtney and Kim long-awaited conversation last week. Are you team Kourtney or team Kim? Do you think that Kim stole Kourtney's wedding vibes for her Dolce show?
Definitely team Kim. I think Kourtney's ridiculous.
Agree. Kourtney just,
Yeah.
I feel like Kim came up with like all the receipts, all the facts, and then Kourtney just kind of kept saying vibes over and over again.
Yeah. The only time I tried to give Kourtney leave room is if she truly felt like Kim wasn't like happy for her at her wedding and like, you know what I mean? Like if there was a conversation at the wedding that was more businessy, like I think Kourtney just wanted everything to be about her. And it's just like Kourtney, it was about you. I promise. Like it was Kourtney and Travis's wedding. Like it was all about you. Don't worry.
Yeah, agreed. There's been a lot of talk, you know, season two with the Kardashians that they weren't being very open with their lives, that they were hiding a lot. Do you feel like this season so far, from what you've seen, that they seem to be more open with their lives? It seems like the reception to the season has been a lot better than season two so far.
This is like, I think this season actually is a little bit better. It took me a minute, but I like it a lot better than season two. So yeah, I think that they just do the best they can. Like they've been on TV for 15 years, just like the cast of Jersey Shore has. So it's going to be the same thing after a while. So you can either just watch it and as a comfort show, or, you know, it's just not a show worth complaining about because it's been on for so long. So it's like the height of the Kardashians is over. So just enjoy it for what it is now. It's never going to be what it was, but it's still enjoyable.
Yeah, and we all thought it was going to be over forever after they left E, and then so I feel like everything now is kind of a bonus.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jersey Shore, are you excited for Sammi Sweetheart's return in the upcoming season?
Yeah, I need to get a countdown going. Like I am Sammy's biggest fan. So I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this for 11 years. I'm so excited.
I can't believe it's been that long. Wow, that's crazy that since she's been on. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah,
So
so
good.
now we want to do just a quick rapid fire questions with you. Just overall, you can share in depth if you want to, but just in general, want to hear your thoughts on these few items we have. So have you ever been, who is the most starstruck you've been to interview or meet?
Oh my God. I was pretty starstruck when I saw Val and Gabby. I went to Dancing with the Stars and I
Oh,
went
wow.
downstairs at the ballroom. It was like right after the show. So the adrenaline was so high. It was the double elimination night. And I was just like so excited and starstruck to see them there, like in the ballroom, like right after the competition. So that was just something recently I can think of. I was so excited for that.
Yeah, though I would be starstruck too. And anyone you want to interview you haven't yet?
Well, we already said Tasha before. That's for my podcast. I mean, I think to interview like Nick Violet, I think would be fun to interview. So many people. Housewives, Teresa. I mean, like the list can go on. I would love to interview everyone.
Yeah, I love Nick.
I was gonna say, I think that's Molly's answer too.
I mean, he's just, I feel like people give him hate for like stuff he does sometimes, or just like says, but I think he's really built his brand and like grown from it. So I like him overall. So also, who is your favorite Bachelor Nation couple?
I'm gonna say Hannah G and Dylan just because their wedding is like next month, and I'm gonna do like a 3-part series. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see that wedding, and I feel like it's been a while. I mean, obviously COVID probably pushed that back, but in general,
they got engaged. So that was 2019, I guess. So yeah, that's been a long engagement.
yeah. But in Bachelor Nation, when they get married or get engaged, I feel like that means they started dating also in a way because they get engaged so quickly. So I guess 4 years isn't that crazy.
Yeah, sure.
Still a long time.
Yeah, it is. And then who is your favorite, or what is your favorite Housewives franchise?
Jersey.
Yeah. And your favorite Kardashian or Jenner?
It's so hard, but maybe Kim or Chloe or Kylie.
And I'll add in this
One of
bonus.
those 3.
Oh, nice. What is your favorite Survivor season?
Season 16, Micronesia.
That's what I said too the other day. Yeah.
There's no other answer.
I love that one. Black Widow Brigade. Can't beat that.
You can.
Yeah,
Heroes vs. Villains was good too.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever interviewed a Survivor contestant or thought or like reached out to them? You have?
I had Erica on after she won her season. I was so excited about it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I like her. I love Marianne. You should have Marianne on. That's
Marianne is good too. Yeah. I would love to interview Parvati or Russell.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot. I mean, you know how interviews are. There's so much outreach you have to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a million people I would interview. It's just about outreach and, making a connection. So the full-time thing.
Do you have any upcoming interviews that you can tease coming for your podcast or anything coming up?
I do. I do have some interviews coming up. There's definitely going to be a lot more interviews, I think, in the fall. Once especially on the carpet, I'm going to be working some carpets for my podcast. You can definitely expect some Bachelor people and some other people. I think for sure, like always, there's always good interviews. Honestly, just keep checking.
We will.
Great teaser. We'll have to stay tuned.
Yeah,
kept it very broad.
Sorry, it's like the middle of summer, so I also feel like work is a little bit trying to have a little bit of fun right now.
Oh yes, yeah, for sure. I love the summertime. I feel like there's always just so much happening and you can just do so much, and the weather is so nice, so it's just so much fun to be outside and enjoy time with friends and family. So do you have any fun trips coming up for yourself that you are excited for?
Well, I've been, traveling quite a bit. I just got back from San Diego this morning. I'm going to go back to San Diego next weekend. I just went to Vegas. I like to plan things really last minute, so like a week before. So I have my eye on a few places, but I'll definitely be taking a few more trips in August and going to New York in September. I don't know, maybe Mexico, maybe Hawaii. I don't know.
Fun,
exciting stuff to come up in the line. And I love traveling. I love seeing all the fun stuff that you get to do, because I feel like when you went to wineries this past weekend, right? Those were fun.
I just like pick up and drive. It's like so beautiful living in California. Like growing up in New York, I feel like there's so much to explore out here that I wasn't, didn't have access to the first like 22 years of my life. So now I'm taking advantage of living in California, and I'm going to Vegas and everywhere.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite thing about living in LA now compared to being in New York? Not besides the driving around, but like in general, LA life versus New York.
It definitely feels like the place to be, the capital of entertainment. I think it's really fun, like the Barbie premiere was last night. Like I wasn't there, but like I was in San Diego, but like that would have been so cool. Like I've been to a lot of cool premieres like that before. So I think just like going to the events and the carpets and just kind of living that and industry life, because that's kind of why I'm here for work, is like what's really my favorite part about it. And then I like to kind of travel like on the weekends and in the summers when I don't have to be like as present at work.
Yeah, that makes sense. So is there anything that you want to plug for yourself? Any upcoming exciting projects or things you're working on or going to be doing?
Yeah, I mean, everything is just at Zachary Reality. I've been working really hard at my YouTube channel and my TikTok and my Instagram, my podcast. So feel free to follow me on all platforms and, watch my coverage of all my shows and all of my vlogs and fun stuff. And I mean, it's summer, so I think you can just expect a lot of like fun summer content. And, I'll always keep everyone up to date on anything that's important in reality TV.
Yeah, no, I always love seeing everything you post. So make sure everyone is following Zachary Reality. I know I already am. I have been for a long time. But yes, and thank you so much for joining us today. This was so much fun to chat all things about your life and just reality TV in general. But be sure to follow us as well at Let's Chat Reality on Instagram and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.
Chat with you next week.
Love it. Bye, everybody.